don't ask me why I'm in a Chelsea what is it called, jersey. I'm just trying to be a fan today. I'm trying to the solidarity mode of a sort. But I mean, happy news for Chelsea fans. I don't know about you. Chelsea have signed Joao Felix. Yesterday he was in London. They put finality to it. So the deal. Let me try and see if I can break down the deal for you. For just in the space of 4 months, he's going to be worth 20 million euros. His full salary will be paid. Let's look at what Joao Felix bring on board before we probably look at the deal in itself. Joao Felix to Chelsea. Good move for the player and the club as well.
I think Felix and Chelsea could be a match made in heaven, or it could end terribly based on a number of factors. If you look at the past, we saw Sal Niguez come through from Atletico last season, and it was a horror show, and he failed to make his mark. And it could be the same scenario with Felix. But Chelsea, first of all, start with Chelsea. They've lacked goals, and a player like Felix offers you that option. He's a very mobile attacker, and given the elements at Chelsea, it could be one that would be a hit. It could be one that could be a hit. I'm choosing my words carefully because in times past, we've had a lot of aspirations for players when they make moves based on their previous history, but the elements to which they go to meet the circumstances tend to rob them off. This is a Chelsea club that is in distort. This is a Chelsea club that is not in the best of shapes. Felix should be that catalyst to bring a new ambience or atmosphere in that dressing room. But I see that player who can take them to the next level. That's a multi-million-dollar question, because Kai Havertz has always, time without number, expressed his displeasure at being played as a central striker. He's always preferred to play in that number 10 so that he can have someone to play off. He'll get that in the shape of Joao Felix. Felix could play as a central striker. We've seen him do it several times at Atletico Madrid. Would he be able to form a partnership worthy enough with Kai Havertz? That's for Coach Graham Potter to figure out.
Now, Joao Felix is a player who I would say started well, but fell in the hands of the wrong system, the wrong team, and the wrong coach. Because bursting onto the scene at age 19, one of the things that actually made Atletico sign him was his hat-trick in the Champions League, quarterfinals or round 16, and Atletico went for him and paid the highest sum they've ever paid, because they had to pay the full release clause for him, over 100. It was outrageous, and it was more or less like I sometimes I want to think that it is the recouping of the Falcao money and the rest that they had to put together or the money they got from Griezmann, that they put some together just to get him. And coming into Atletico, he's not been able to surpass 15 goals a season. His highest was 10 goals or so. And for a player of his caliber and a team like Atletico Madrid, which was a team that was known for three things: a very good goalkeeper, a very good defender, and a very good centre forward. That is, you talk of in time past, from the evolution of Thibaut Courtois all through to Jean Oblak to Moya. Centre forward, you can start from Torres through to Falcao, through to Aguero, through to Forlan, Diego Costa, and through to his time. But when he came at the wrong time, when Atletico was dwindling, and he didn't get a chance to play to the best of his potential, because Atletico, you know them, they are a fully defensive team. And you listen to his interview, he said one of the players he's really admired is Kaka. And Kaka was somebody who actually played as a number 10. He can be deployed in any of the three. That is the center forward, the wings, or behind. But he prefers to play in the number 10. And just like David said, Chelsea is a team that is blessed with players of his profile, a lot of them. Mason Mount can play behind the striker. Kai Havertz can do same. Even Pulisic can do same. And you realize that one of the reasons why Joao Felix is being opted for is not only for the purposes of footballing reasons. You can also talk about agency, and you can also talk about relationship with them, because Joao Mendes is the agent of Joao Felix. Joao Mendes is the same person who is the agent of Enzo Fernandez. And in times past, Chelsea and Atletico have also had a lot of deals. You've talked about the Courtois. You've talked about you can talk about Felipe Luis. You can also talk about Diego Costa and Saúl Ñíguez. So they have a very good relationship. And this is the time that Chelsea is really hit with a lot of injuries. You can talk of I recently their last injury list has to do with Raheem Sterling and Pulisic. So you talk about the attacking forwards. You can't get any player there. Pulisic is gone. Hakim Ziyech is on and off. I don't know if he's injured. Sterling, Mount. The only player, and Aubameyang, he's there, but he's not there. So they have to get somebody. And some people may tout it as a panic deal because United put up. Because why would you get a player like him, pay his full wages? He's taken over 260,000 euros, and you have just for 6 months with no option to buy.
To the end of the season, to the end of the season, I have barely 4 months.
Barely 4 months, and it is not as if you have. So even if he improves your team, there is no guarantee that he will be given back to you because Atletico would want to sell him for a very big price. So he coming, like David said, it's a hit or miss because now coming in, center forward has been the problem for Chelsea. He also does not prefer to play in the center unless they probably play two supporting strikers that is in the shape of he and Kai Havertz. Okay. But then he is not the solution. That is one thing that the fans should. Okay. He is not the solution.
So we don't want to spend so much time on this. A quick one before we wrap it up. This is my take, and I agree with David and with you on some stats. I feel, for me, I think that is a panic buy. This is why I feel it's a panic buy. The environment at Chelsea requires that they get in a player. I do not think that their number one priority was getting Joao Felix. No. Joao Felix, they've been able to go for Joao Felix before because Arsenal have opted out of a deal because of the financial.
Even United was in the
financial constraints and all of that. One, I also think that. Listen, this is what he was one of the brightest young talents in the world at the time he was coming into Atletico. I feel that, like David said, playing Joao Felix as the central striker will not work. It won't work because, like you said, he's not been able to 15 goals a season. He's not crossed that mark. So this is a player who is not so much known for scoring a lot of goals, but he's known for giving assists. Even that, how many assists has he been able to give?
More than 7 assists
for me,
this season. So
for his development, I think that it will not help for his development. The Chelsea as well, it will not help. But hey, this is football. This transfer. Anything can happen. So let's see what happens. But the Chelsea fans are excited. Football fans love it. The EPL is getting another good player in the shape of Joao Felix. Let's see what happens. And we are shooting live from Calendar's event in Takrady. So wherever you are, if you happen to find your way in Takrady, Calendar's event is the place to be. It's off the Atlantic Beach Road area, so you can easily locate Calendar's event. It's an amazing place. You can see the ambience is excellent. Whatever you want to do, birthday parties, events, wedding parties, food, they have one of the best pizzas, if not the best pizzas in Takrady. So just call them and reach out to them and they'll get you sorted out. This is Sports 101. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to our channel.